Good evening, everyone. We're holding a special planning, building, and zoning committee tonight on this November 5th, 2018. May we have a roll call, please?
Chairman Stanton?
Present.
Vice Chair Arnett?
Present.
Trustee Mills?
Present.
Trustee Newell?
Present.
Trustee Palafis?
Present.
Trustee Gata?
Present.
Mayor McLeod?
Present.
Thank you. We do have a quorum. And new business, we have 3 items. First is request by MI Homes to waive a condition of approval to allow a building permit to be issued for a lot adjacent to the model home in the Bergman Point subdivision.
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Mark, do you want to explain what this is about?
Sure. The original approval of Bergman subdivision included a standard condition that the last home built would be the one next to the model, so as not to inconvenience the occupants with the traffic at the model home. Currently, Bergman has about 10 or 11 lots left to purchase, and they do have a contract purchaser who's interested in the lot that is, excuse me, Lot 5, which is adjacent to the model home on Lot 4. They are aware of this condition now, and they have submitted a letter stating that they would, pending the village board approval, proceed with the purchase and development of that lot before the model is no longer a model and is sold. The subdivision acceptance is likely to occur next spring or summer, so we're getting close, but still they'd like to proceed with this now rather than waiting. So they're requesting your approval to waive that condition.
Thank you. Any questions on the board here? Okay, is there anybody from the audience that wishes to address us on this topic? All right, then we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Number 2 is request approval of an ordinance proposing the designation of a redevelopment project area and proposing the approval of a redevelopment plan and project for the Lakewood Center redevelopment project area, convening a joint review board and calling a public hearing in connection therewith.
So moved.
I'll second.
Thank you. Who wants to take this one, guys?
I'll start.
Okay.
So we've been discussing the redevelopment of AT&T for a bit now. The 1.6 million square foot campus is vacant and has been since summer of 2016. The EAV has declined by 75% over that time period from when AT&T sold the building and executed a lease back, a 10-year lease back. During those 10 years, they gradually decreased their workforce, and ultimately everybody was gone by August of 2016. So it's been vacant since then, and really no interest in any of the attempts to market it. The corporate office market, not only in the Chicago area, but in the country, is pretty stagnant. There's just not a lot of people looking for a building of that size. Actually, there's nobody looking for something like that to reoccupy. So upon learning of the Bell Works project in Holmdel, New Jersey, staff contacted and was able to court Somerset Development to come out and take a look at the property. They became very interested, as it's very similar to the project in New Jersey, which is very successful at this point, and 75% leased and actually doing quite well. So projects of this nature, though, a major redevelopment of an existing office building requires some form of public assistance, incentives, and we've reviewed several of the potential incentives that are out there and different avenues for assisting this redevelopment. And TIF became the option that was most preferred by both the village and the developer. So they've written a redevelopment plan and project per the state statute, submitted it last Wednesday, and it's been filed. That kicks off the official review period. That review period starts with, should the village board be willing to establish the public hearing dates in the JRB, the Joint Review Board meeting date. Those are the official steps. We would be bringing a redevelopment agreement to the PB&Z committee sometime later this year. Ultimately, if everything proceeds according to schedule, the final adoption would be considered by the village board in January. So what we're asking for tonight is to set the public hearing date for January 7th and the joint review board meeting for November 28th. And then we'll bring the redevelopment agreement to PB&Z probably sometime in December. And then the board meetings in January would be the final adoption. They will also need to go through the site plan review process as well with planning and zoning for the redevelopment proposal. There was a kickoff meeting on that last week, and so they're going to start proceeding through that process, which may or may not occur, at the same time frame as the TIF consideration. Kevin, did I miss anything?
When do all the parties get notification that there is going to be a joint review board or
If
possible?
things are approved tonight, notices will go out Wednesday.
And that's the formal notification. We've been calling to set up our informal meetings like we typically do with each of the taxing districts. So Barrington School District 220 knows. We've actually had several meetings with them already. Barrington Library District knows. Park District knows already. So, and plus, since it's been in the paper, that this potentially could happen, that we've had calls. So a lot of them informally know, but they'll know formally through this adoption and the notice that has to go out.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else have any other questions up here? Anybody from the audience that wishes to address us on this topic? Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. And number 3, request authorization to award a contract for the Stonegate Pond restoration project to Copenhagen, I hope I pronounced that right, Construction Incorporated of Gilberts, Illinois, in an amount not to exceed $489,100.
So moved.
I'll second.
Thank you. Mark, you're up again?
One more time.
Okay.
So back in July, PB&Z committee authorized us to go out for bids for this pond restoration project. Again, we proposed to use TIF funds to do that, so it's not coming out of the village's general fund. It's a TIF eligible cost, and we amended the TIF back in 2014 to include public improvements or public works, which this qualifies as. We received 5 bids. Copenhagen was the second lowest bid. The low bid, unfortunately, was not qualified. They had no experience and really submitted an incomplete bid packet. So Copenhagen is the low qualified bid, and our consultant WT Group did contact them and talk with them to explain the scope, make sure they understood it fully. And they were pleased to find out that they have actually quite a bit of experience in this type of work, so they should be qualified to do this work. That's about it.
Are they going to be able to complete the work by the end of the year?
They will start and probably finish in late winter, but they'd like to get, if this is approved tonight, they would get going in a week or two and proceed through the winter time, which is the best time to do this kind of work.
What if the water freezes over? They can still work on it?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's actually a good thing.
That means the mud would be frozen also, and it'd be
Right.
easier to get in and out.
It's easier to get out.
Okay. Have any questions up here? Yes.
This Copenhagen, and you checked on their references, because what I'm looking at here is everybody else is double what they were bidding on.
Yes. So if you look at the letter from the WT Group that's attached to the agenda item.
Yes.
They did, again, follow up on that stuff. They asked those questions. They said that Copenhagen not only was qualified, but they had vast experience on similar projects, and they did understand the total scope of the work and know what they're getting into. So they also, WT was also wanted to make sure that the bid was a good number.
And these other two, Earthworks and V3, they
Quite a bit
didn't
more.
fully understand all of the,
It's hard to tell.
okay. I was just curious on that, that's all, sir.
Yeah, you have to notice that even Copenhagen's was actually over the engineer's estimate, so it's not as if they're coming in cheap on us.
Yeah.
Correct.
All right. Anybody else from the audience that wishes to address us on this topic? Okay. All those in favor of the motion to the second, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. And looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second.
Thank you. All those in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? The ayes have it. We are adjourned.
I'd like to call the first meeting of the month of November to order. Can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Gata.
Present.
Trustee Arnett.
Present.
Trustee Mills.
Present.
Trustee Newell.
Present.
Trustee Palafis.
Present.
Trustee Stanton.
Present.
Mayor McLeod.
Present. Can everybody please rise? Trustee Gady, you want to lead us in the pledge?
Be honored. I pledge allegiance Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to item number 3, recognition of the audience. This is a time if someone has a concern, a question they want to bring before the village board and the village staff, this would be the time to come forward for an item not on the agenda. Going once, twice, 3 times, and move on. Chair to accept a motion to approve the minutes of the October 15th, 2018 meeting.
So moved.
Second.
So motion is second. Any questions or concerns about the minutes? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Opposed, the ayes have a motion carried. Note the abstention. Okay, we'll move on to 5, consent agenda. Chair would accept a motion.
So move for all my boss vote for A through G.
I'll second.
It's a motion, a second. Any questions on any of these items? Yes, trustee Palafis.
Could we add litigation to executive session?
Sure.
Litigation? Okay.
Thank you.
Is that okay with everybody?
Yes.
Yes, trustee No.
I was wondering if we could pull item D, because I have to recuse myself.
Yeah, we can do that. Okay. There's a motion, a second for A through C and E through G. Is that correct at this point? Okay, can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Gata.
Aye.
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Newell.
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye, motion carried. The items on this omnibus vote were the approval of the agenda, approval of the scheduled bills for November 5th, 2018, $2,622,829.99. Request board approval of an ordinance granting a variation to premises at 645 Morton. Request board authorization to extend the 2017 contract for 2019 contracted Parkway Tree Trimming Program to Winkler's Tree and Landscaping, Inc. in an amount not to exceed $50,000. F, request board authorization to award contract for 2018-2019 front-end loader winter rentals to Alta Equipment Company, Spring Grove, Illinois, low bid, in an amount not to exceed $37,740. And G, request board authorization to award contract for State of Illinois joint purchase of 2018-2019 winter road salt to Morton Salt, Inc., Chicago, Illinois, at a unit price of $48.97 per ton, in an amount not to exceed $211,550. That's what we just approved. We'll move on to D. Request board approval of an ordinance approving the execution of an intergovernmental agreement for motor fuel service with the Township of Schaumburg. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any questions on this? Trustee Newell, do you want to elaborate on why you're recusing yourself on this?
I have to recuse myself because I'm an employee of the Township of Schaumburg.
Okay. That sounds good. Okay, this motion a second. Any questions on this item? Seeing none, can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Gata.
Aye.
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Newell.
I recuse myself.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye, motion carried. Note the recusal. Okay, President's report. You have proclamations, Madam Clerk.
We do.
Yes, we do, and I have the first one. Office of the Mayor Proclamation. Whereas Alzheimer's disease is a degenerate brain disease and the most common cause of dementia. Dementia is a SIDEM, a group of systems that has a number of causes. The characteristics, isn't that funny? anyways, dementia over difficulties with memory, language, problem solving, and other skills that affect a person's ability to perform everyday's activities. And whereas Alzheimer's is the next leading cause of death in the United States, it is a progressive disease where dementia systems gradually worsen over a number of years. In early stages, memory loss is mild, but with late stages, Alzheimer's individuals lose the ability to carry on a conversation and respond to their environment. And whereas millions of Americans have Alzheimer's or other dementias, the number of escalated repeated rapidly in coming years is the population of Americans aged 65 and older is projected to grow from 53 million in 2018 to 88 million in 2015. The baby boom generation has already begun to reach age 65 and beyond, the age range of the greatest risk of Alzheimer's. In fact, the oldest members of the baby boom generation turned 72 in 2018. Whereas one promising line of research suggests that strategies for all healthy aging may help keep the brain healthy and may even reduce the risk of developing Alzheimer's. These measures include eating a healthy diet, staying socially active, avoid tobacco and excess alcohol, and exercise both the body and the mind. Be it therefore resolved that William D. McLeod, acting under and by virtue of the authority vested in him by the Constitution of the State of Illinois and the laws of the Village of Hoffman Estates, hereby proclaim November 2018 as National Alzheimer's Disease Awareness Month in the Village of Hoffman Estates, and urge all Hoffman Estates residents and businesses to join in their observance.
Chair will accept a motion.
So move.
Second.
It's a motion to second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Motion carried. Dr. Zavidra, will you accept this? Thank you for the great work your department does. Appreciate it.
Okay, I have the next one, which is the Office of the Mayor Proclamation. Whereas each year the United States generates more than 258 million tons of municipal solid waste. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, our nation has reached an overall recycling rate of 34.6%. And whereas each year our national recycling rate sends 89 million tons of material to a useful second life instead of a landfill, saves the same amount of energy consumed by over 10 million U.S. households in a year, and avoids greenhouse gas emissions equivalent to removing more than 38 million cars, and generates 757,000 jobs and $36.6 billion in wages. And whereas to focus on the nation's attentions on the importance of recycling, businesses, industries, government agencies, nonprofit organizations, and individuals have joined together to celebrate America Recycles Day and are encouraging their friends, neighbors, and coworkers to pledge to learn more about recycling options in their community and commit to recycle more materials. And whereas participating in America Recycles Day 2018 is one way citizens can help raise awareness about the need to reduce waste by reusing, recycling, and buying recycled content products. And whereas Hoffman Estates leaders can also use this as an opportunity to spread the word about the excellent recycling programs that have been established, the growth of markets for recyclable materials, and the importance of buying and job-creating recycled products. Be it therefore resolved that William D. McLeod, acting under and by the virtue of authority vested in him by the Constitution of the State of Illinois and the laws of this Village of Hoffman Estates, hereby proclaim Thursday, November 15th, 2018, America Recycles Day in the Village of Hoffman Estates, and urge all Hoffman Estate residents and businesses to join in its observance.
Chair will accept a motion.
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion is second. We appreciate the great job our citizens do with recycling and our great sustainability chairperson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have a motion carried. Ms. Ostrowski, will you accept this as our sustainability guru?
chairman's here.
I think you,
Yeah, come on up. Let's get a picture with everybody here.
The Sustainability Commission is here tonight to present the Illinois Sustainability Award, which the Village of Hoffman Estates was recently awarded by the Illinois Sustainable Technology Center at the University of Illinois. The village was one of 27 groups and organizations to receive the 2018 Illinois Sustainability Award. The award was given in acknowledgement of the village's regional leadership in sustainability and its commitment to preserve resources for generations to come. This award specifically recognizes the village's completion of indoor and outdoor lighting upgrades at the Sears Center Arena in 2017, which will result in significant energy savings and cost savings. To further the village's sustainability efforts, the village is taking part in a pilot program through the Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus called the GR Corps. Partially funded through a grant from Serve Illinois and AmeriCorps, the village is excited to welcome GR Corps member Kimberly White.
Kimberly's in the back there. Kimberly, stand up.
Everybody stand up. Come on up here. Come on. Come on up.
Right there.
Lon, you get up here too. Come on. Yeah, come on, guys. Come on up.
Ms. White will be working over the next 9 months to update the village's sustainability plan and support the village's other sustainability-related initiatives. The Commission would like to thank the village for its long-standing commitment to sustainability, and we look forward to continuing this important work in the future.
Well, we'd like to thank all of you for your work on sustainability. We're very proud of the work you've done, and I think you've all prodded and poked us and made us do more than we probably would have done, bluntly. So thank you.
This right here. Just come around and shake hands with Trustee Gata and around, and then we'll do all of you. No, this way.
Everybody.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all you do.
Not a party till Lon shows up. Hey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi again.
Thank you.
That's a nice looking award.
Whoa, that's very nice. Thank you. That's very nice. Let's get a picture with everybody.
Curved and
Everybody's shaking hands and we'll get a
Get
picture.
one of those fancy
You guys-
TVs.
Be holding it while we take the picture.
Right.
We'll take it back then, though.
turn it around.
It's fingerprint proof.
There you go. As long as you hold the base.
Yeah.
Everybody in. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Suzanne, do you want to get in and I'll take a picture?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, really.
There you go.
Ooh.
Jim behind the camera.
Uh-oh. You're gonna get thumbs in there.
Jim always likes Suzanne better than the rest of us.
Okay, everybody smile.
You have to count. Hey.
3, 2, 1.
Good job.
There we go.
Congratulations, you guys. Put this in a place of honor. Thank you all very much.
Clever idea.
Well, every once in a while.
You did your good deed for the year.
That's right.
Check.
Check.
At this point, Police Chief Ted Boss has a presentation to make. Chief, what's going on here?
Good evening, Mayor and Village Board. The Police Department is honored to bring before you tonight Mr. Ruben Sochiwa, who has been nominated to receive the Village's Great Citizens Award. On August 20th, 2018, at 3:30 in the morning, Deputy Margie Sullivan of the Cook County Sheriff's Police Department was involved in a traffic crash at the intersection of Gulf Road and Barrington Road while responding to a call for service. Deputy Sullivan's car was impacted on the driver's door and forced off the roadway, striking a curb and rupturing the gas tank, causing the squad car to catch on fire. Deputy Sullivan sustained injuries and was unable to open the damaged car door, which trapped her inside her squad car. Several minutes after the crash, Mr. Sochiwa, who was in the middle of a delivery route, came upon the intersection and saw the squad car on fire. Recognizing that someone was still in the squad car, he left his truck and rescued the deputy just as the flames were entering the driver's compartment of the squad car. Mr. Sochiwa left the scene to continue his delivery route as the officers were arriving. Mr. Sochiwa, without hesitation, placed his personal safety in harm's way to free Deputy Sullivan and pull her from the burning squad, undoubtedly saving her life that night. Mr. Sochiwa, would you like to come up with your
Come on up.
family?
Oh, look at Terry.
Bring your family up.
Bring your family up.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you.
You want to introduce your family?
Want to introduce everybody, Mr. Sochiwa?
Sure. That's my wife right here, my oldest daughter, my son, this one, right here. That one over there, and that little
We really appreciate what you've done. You helped save the life of another human being, which is an amazing thing. And then you went right back to work, which is also an amazing thing. You obviously got a great work ethic. The Village of Hoffman Estates is proud to present the Great Citizen Award to Ruben Sochiwa on Monday, November 5th, 2018, in recognition of his selfless acts of heroism on Thursday, August 30th, 2018, resulting in the rescue of Cook County Deputy Sheriff Margie Sullivan from a burning vehicle. Mr. Sochiwa's decisive actions and disregard for his personal safety no doubt saved the life of Deputy Sullivan. As such, we are pleased to present the Great Citizen Award to Mr. Sochiwa. His heroism will never be forgotten, and never will. This is an amazing story of a citizen saving a public safety employee. It's usually the other way around, but we're glad you were there. Thank you.
Thank you for coming tonight. Very cool. Beautiful family.
Very proud of that, man. Thank you. We gotta get a picture.
Good.
Family picture with the plaque.
You don't have to worry, Anna.
We got the sheriff's police here?
Yeah, they're doing something next.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. And can you actually tilt the top towards me a little bit of that? There we go. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. Great. Thank you.
Awesome. Chief?
Yes, Mayor. I would also like to introduce Commander John Blair of the Cook County Sheriff's Police Department, who would also like to recognize Mr. Sochiwa.
Welcome. Thanks for coming out.
Mayor, Village Board, good evening. My name is John Blair. I'm a District Commander with the Cook County Sheriff's Police, and I would just like to reaffirm the statement of facts that the Chief just stated to you, and it is all very true. It is a true story of heroism and bravery, and for that, we'd like to follow along with what the Village of Hoffman Estates has done. And from the Sheriff's Police Department, and on behalf of Sheriff Tom Dart, we'd like to offer the award, Citizens Commendation for outstanding acts of heroism and bravery to Mr. Sochiwa.
Come on up, everybody. We're doing it again. Come on up. Come on up. One more time.
And I think you know everybody.
We met previously. Bring the rest of these sheriff's folks up. Come on up. Come on up.
Come on, bring Margie up.
Come on.
And this is Officer Sullivan. She made it out.
Wow. Hey.
Husband's right here.
Welcome.
This is Lieutenant O'Malley. Sergeant Mena is her shift supervisor, and Officer O'Mary is one of her partners on her shift.
Sorry.
Yeah, right in front of. Why don't you guys come up here?
Why don't you?
Yeah.
Would you guys just wheel me around?
Give him orders.
Oops, sorry. Shift right. Shifting right.
Marge, you're right in the middle here with, next to Mr. Sochiwa.
So glad you could be here with
Yeah,
us.
Yes, absolutely.
Until Friday, I actually thought he was an angel. Like, I'm sure know that he really existed. That's super. It's like an M&M, he does exist. Just stand up here.
All right, I'm gonna take one from over here so we get the lectern out of the way. Ready? Everybody look at me. 1, 2, 3. One more, please. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Thank you.
Okay,
Everybody get their pictures?
Yeah.
Got them all?
husband, you want to have,
Oh, we want to get one with
husband in
him?
there?
Yeah, why don't we can we get a, Suzanne, get a picture with Margie with her husband?
Yeah, get him in there.
Yeah.
Take
Get in
his
the picture,
camera.
come on, get
Can
in.
you do his camera?
Yeah.
One, two, and three. One more.
Making sure.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
We can't stand it.
Hitting it set.
Just real quick, I'd like to thank the
Yes.
Hoffman Estates Police Department and the Fire Department for outstanding work, because without their diligence in following this case through, we would have never been able to locate and bring Mr. Switchback. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very welcome. So happy that everybody was able to be here this evening. That's amazing,
Especially the officer.
especially the officer,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
Okay, I do have some appointments to make. Minerva Milford to the Planning and Zoning Commission. We interviewed her a couple weeks ago, I believe. Chair would accept a motion.
So moved.
Second. Motion is second. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have the motion carried. Terry Lamberti to the Sister Cities Commission.
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion is second. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have a motion carried. I do have three resignations. Jackie Green from the 4th of July Commission. Chair would accept a motion.
So moved with regrets.
Second.
So motion is second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have a motion carried. Donna Beal from the 4th of July.
So moved with regrets also.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Sue Bielik from the 4th of July Commission.
So moved with regrets for that one also.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have a motion carried. Yes, we did accept all of them with regret. They worked very hard for our commission over many, many years, decades, actually. We have some events going on this weekend. Saturday, November 10th at the Village Hall, Jim Hosniacki will do a photography class for village residents. He's done this over and over again. We appreciate that. We have Veterans Day remembrances coming up, St. Hubert's Parish at Friday, November 9th at St. Hubert's. And then our own village memorial will be Sunday, November 11th at the police building. We did have some things going on recently. We had on the 29th, no, on the 30th of October, rather, we had the Halloween luncheon for the Commission for Senior Citizens, and I appreciate everybody who was there. I got there late because I had another commitment, but I was able at least to say hello to everybody. On Wednesday, October 31st, we had Mike Veniza's retirement celebration at the police building at 27 years of service to the village of Hoffman Estates. On Friday, November 2nd, kind of a sad day. I mean, we did see the Windy City Bulls beat the Lakeland Magic at the Sears Center, but Tom Collins passed away. Joni and I attended his wake. Tom was a great guy. He was a deputy sheriff interesting with the sheriff there. He was lieutenant and is just a wonderful man. Saturday the 3rd, trustees Arnett and who else was there, Karen? Palafis was there, yes. We actually started the race, the 5K. Actually, Karen actually pressed the button to get it going, so that was leadership. We appreciate it. Then we had the ever-popular Public Works open house after that. And on Sunday the 4th, went to the wake for Dorothy Allstott Burchard, Peter Burchard's mom. She was an amazing woman, 92 years old. She had 10 kids. And they've all done very well in life. She was an amazing lady, and it was good to see Peter even under sad circumstances. I always admired him very much. Prior to that, we had on October 23rd, we had the Sustainability Awards, that was given by the commission. On October 23rd, we went downtown to the Union League Club, which I don't normally go to. And on the 24th, we had Wine Wednesday at Garcillo's on Gulf Road. On Thursday, this was an interesting day. I read for the record at Armstrong and Lincoln Prairie and Fairview. And this was one book that was being read nationwide, so it was the most read book. They were going for the Guinness Book of World Records, and I'm sure they got it. And then Thursday evening, the 25th, we had the Sisters Cities Commission French evening. On Friday, the 25th, Whiteley had their school Halloween party. And Trustee Palafis had a birthday party. Yeah. That was a great party. Man, there were a ton of people there. You could hardly find a place to park. I'm glad I came early. And on the 27th, we had a birthday party for my daughter-in-law, Amanda. And the Village Hall had a free Halloween children's event here, and then cupcakes with friends at Hoffman Estates High School. And then we had the great pumpkin skate at Chapin Center, where some of us gave out candy to the participants. And I think I can probably stop talking right now, much to the relief of everybody. So we'll move on to trustee comments. We'll start with Trustee Arnett.
Thank you. On November 2nd, I also attended the home opener for the Windy City Bulls. Congratulations on their first win for this season. Pretty nice crowd that night. Also on the 3rd, I did attend the Burgess 5K. Got them going bright and early in the morning. Open, and also went to the Public Works open house. My compliments to Joe and your staff for putting another job well done event put together. Also attended the Great Pumpkin Skate. A lot of kids dressed up in Halloween costumes that day. And congratulations to all of the explorers who graduated tonight and who are going to be going onward and upward. And congratulations to Lisa and Joe on a job well done with that group. That's all I have.
Great. Trustee Stanton.
We go back to the 20th of October here. That was Coffee with the Board. And after Coffee with the Board, many of us were able to attend the funeral mass for Heather Mills Rogers, and my condolences to Trustee Karen Mills and her husband Glenn Mills on the loss of their daughter. On the 21st, was able to attend the rededication of the Greaves Cemetery plaque with Mayor McLeod. On the 25th, I was able to attend the French evening dinner sponsored by the Sister Cities Commission. They always put on a very wonderful event, dinner, and it was that night as well. On the 27th of October, I was able to stop in and at the free Halloween children's event. And then on the 30th, there was a Halloween luncheon sponsored by the Commission for the Senior Citizens, and once again, they always put on a wonderful event, and they did again. On the 31st, I sat in on a meeting here with the mayor and Mr. Norris regarding 22 acres on the northeast corner of Beverly and I-90. And later that afternoon, Trustee Gaeta and I stopped in at the Alden Poplar Creek for their trick-or-treat program. We got there, what we found out was a little late based on what they did, but we were there.
We were there.
On the 2nd of November, I was able to attend the Windy City Bulls home opener. Of course, I would have anyway, even if we weren't invited, because I have season tickets. Anyway, on the 3rd of November, I stopped in also at the Public Works Open House, and also congratulations to the Police Explorer graduates and the new recruits as well. That's it.
I think Trustee Stanton was one of those tooting the air horns there at the Public Works open house. Trustee Mills.
Well, first of all, I want to take this chance to thank everyone, both my fellow elected officials, friends, department people, employees, everyone, for all the extensions of condolences, prayers, hugs, just a smile on the sudden passing of our daughter, Heather. Especially those of you who waited through the long lines to be there that night. I do appreciate everything that's been said and done, and our hearts thank you for everything. Was able to finally get going again on a couple of things these last couple of weeks. The Sister Cities French Night was a great success at Bridges of Poplar Creek. The seniors Halloween luncheon on the 30th, the retirement luncheon at the police department on the 31st, and Public Works Open House. Another great job. Fun to watch those pumpkins getting squashed. And also congratulations to the Police Explorers. That's it.
Thank you, Trustee Mills. Trustee Palafis.
I also did many of those events, but I just want to remind people that Election Day is tomorrow. Please come out and vote.
Nobody told me.
In case you missed it on TV or any of the commercials.
How could you?
They're going to fill the time on TV.
Or the 42,000 signs between here and my house.
It's cars and jewelry commercials
That's
for
right.
Christmas.
That's right.
Get mad at real estate signs like M&I Homes, but now it's a political signs.
That's right. Well, the Hallmark shows are coming on TV, so I guess that'll work.
Ready on.
Also, congratulations to our great citizen. They're still out there in the hall reminiscing and talking about what must have happened. So congratulations to Police Explorers. It's great to see how many of those young adults that Lisa and Joe pull out and get involved. It's just great that they had almost 2,000 hours, and the one gal had 13% of those hours. That's like 2 months of volunteer time.
We'll swear her in tomorrow.
Yeah, I know, right? She's great. But they're all great kids, it seems, and they seem to really enjoy and have a lot of fun with that group. That's all for me.
Okay, Trustee Newell.
Okay, going back, as Trustee Stanton said, up to October 20th, coffee with the board, and did the Station 21 open house, which I think every type of season of weather happened while you were trying to do the open house. On the 21st, of course, was the GG Fest that was attended by many, tons of people, and it's amazing the energy that she has, and I think, if I'm not wrong, 39 that she has open now?
Right.
Correct?
First one is in Hoffman Estates. still
First one was in
headquarters.
Hoffman Estates, and 39 worldwide, so, or nationwide. On the 27th, cupcakes with friends out of District 211, which was amazing. The cupcakes are gone. And also on that same day was Halloween for Children at the Village with Dr. Monica and her group, and the kids were having a really good time. On the 28th, of course, was the pumpkin skate, which the mayor and Trustee Arnett and I passed out treats to all those in costume who came to the Trapon Center. And on the 3rd, of course, the Public Works Open House, which was a really fun time. Good job to Joe and his crew, and everybody enjoyed the pumpkin smash. That was, I think, the highlight. And then on the 5th, which is, of course, today, congrats to all the explorers and to everyone that puts in the time to get them. It makes us proud for our village. And last but not least, of course, condolences to Trustee Mills and your family. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Gata.
Here we go. Saturday, October 20th, attended the Coffee with the Board. And then on Wednesday, the 24th, Wine Wednesday. That was at Garcelo's Restaurant at 1001 West Gulf Road. And then on Friday, the 26th, Whiteley School Halloween Party. Wow, that's the largest crowd that they've had, or at least the past few years that we attended. And the mayor and his grandchildren and his lovely wife was there also, and it didn't rain and it wasn't too cold. Then on Saturday, October the 27th, there was two things going on. One was the Halloween children's event that was held here at Village Hall. Then from there, went to the Hoffman Estates High School for the cupcakes, and yes, I bought a dozen, but I have to say, I put 10 of them in the freezer, okay? So I didn't consume all of them within 3 days, right? So that worked out pretty good. Then on Tuesday, the 30th, the Halloween senior luncheon that was here, they said that there was about 170 people that was there. That has to be the largest one that I've seen, right, since I've been on the board. And they had chicken pot pies from Claim Jumpers, and it was excellent. The whole affair, and all of the trustees that were there helping and so forth, it worked out very well. And thank you to Chairperson Lillian and your staff, right, for organizing it and handling it very well. Then let's see, Wednesday, October 31st, as Trustee Stanton said, the Alden Park Creek Halloween Adventure, we were there. And then on Saturday, the Public Works Open House. And Joe, it's amazing, those trucks when they lined up, but I did count this time. You had 45 trucks in a nice straight line, but it looked like there was at least 100 of them. Right? The only thing is that I didn't hear the kids blowing the horn as much as they used to, but thank you and your staff. Oh, I don't know, I like hearing that, but thank you for everything. Mayor, that's all I have.
Okay. Thank you, Trustee Gata. Move on to 6C, Village Manager's Report.
First of all, I'd like to know how Joe got 45 trucks. He's only supposed to have 33.
Sorry, Joe.
I wanted to formally introduce Kimberly White to the board, but that already happened, so welcome, Kimberly. We look forward to working with you for the next 9 months and getting our sustainability plan updated. I'd like to thank Suzanne for her efforts and on the sustainability initiatives the village has resulted in this award by working with the commission. And lastly, to remind everyone that the last large electronics recycling day for this year will be Monday the 19th. So today was one, next week's one, and the week after is one, and then we're done for the year.
Okay.
And that's it, Mayor.
Okay, thank you very much. Move on to Village Clerk's Report.
Okay, during the month of October, 27 passports came through here and 189 FOIAs, and now I want a drum roll. Give me a drum roll. Okay, enough.
You didn't say stop.
Stop. The total of early voters that we had here, and I want to say 4 years ago, we had, I gotta put my glasses on. Sorry. 2,169. Drum roll again. 4,912.
Wow.
Oh,
That's a bunch.
So it was 565 today. It was kind of crazy. And go to your polling places tomorrow. Do not come here. There'll be signs on the front door. Village Hall is closed for early voting. We're done.
We're done.
It was,
Good job.
they were,
Well, we want to thank the village clerk for working with the county clerk to have a early voting site in our building. I think it's fantastic. We give people that opportunity. I mean, you come in here and then you have the clinics going on and the early voting going on and the building is mobbed, but it's the people's
Hearing.
building. you
Yeah.
know? It should be used. And I'm very, very proud of that, Madam Clerk.
well, you're quite welcome, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. Move on to 6E, committee reports. We'll start with Transportation and Road Improvement. Trustee Mills.
Transportation and Road Improvement Committee will meet in this room on next Monday, November 12th at 7 p.m. After a roll call, we'll approve the minutes of October 8th, and so far, all we have is for information-only report for the Transportation Division monthly report. We still have one item in review, but that will not be coming back until May of next year. That's it.
Okay. Planning, Building, and Zoning. Trustee Stanton.
Following Transportation and Road Improvement Committee, we'll have a roll call, then approval of the minutes for October 8th, 2018, then November 5th, 2018. And then we have new business, 5 items. Request by, I don't know, Antej, is that how you pronounce that?
Anytej?
Hotel Corporation for a site plan amendment for a facade improvements to Country Inn and Suites at 2280 Barrington Road. The second is request approval of a resolution authorizing the Village of Hoffman Estates to support the Next Level Northwest application to receive grant funding from the J.P. Morgan Chase Advancing Cities Program. 3 is request approval of amendments to Chapter 11 of the Municipal Code regarding building permit fees, performance deposits, occupancy permits, and elevator size requirements. 4th, request approval to award a contractor for elevator inspection and plan review services to Thompson Elevator Inspection Service Incorporated of Mount Prospect, Illinois. 5th, request direction for the Planning and Zoning Commission to hold a public hearing to consider amendments to the zoning ordinance regarding signs, permitted and special uses, accessory structure regulations, and other miscellaneous items. After the new business is completed, we'll have reports for information only. First is the Plan Division monthly report. Second is Code Enforcement Division monthly report. Third is the Economic Development and Tourism monthly report. If the president wishes to continue speaking, he has that right to do that. We have nothing in other items in review, and then we'll look for a motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Trustee Stanton. I think you don't want me to speak on that item there.
Well, hopefully you're done by the first, but
Move on to General
have that
Administration and Personnel, Trustee Arnett.
Thank you. Immediately following the Planning, Building, and Zoning Committee, we will hold the General Administration and Personnel Committee, November 12th, 2018. We will begin with a roll call. Then we'll have the approval of minutes for October 8th, 2018. One item under new business, NWMC Special FCC Litigation Fund. Then we will go on to the information-only reports. Number 1 would be Cable TV Monthly Report. Number 2 is the Human Resources Management Monthly Report. Number 3 is Legislative Operations and Outreach Monthly Report, followed by, if anything is additionally added, under the President's Report. There's no other items in other or items in review. We will ask for an adjournment.
Thank you, Trustee Arnett. We'll move on to 7 additional business. The chair would accept a motion.
So moved.
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on any of these items?
What's the motion? Is it for all of them?
There's a motion for all of them, yes.
Okay.
Anybody want anything taken out? Okay. The items here on additional business are A, request board approval of an ordinance amending section 7-2-2, sale of tobacco product or electronic smoking devices to minors prohibited. Section 7-8-13, prohibition of criminal public nuisances, abatement thereof. Section 7-13-1, penalty, and Section 8-7-16, items designed or marketed for use with cannabis or drugs of the Hoffman Estates Municipal Code. B is request board approval of an ordinance amending Section 8-3-22, number of licenses of Article 3 alcoholic liquors of the Hoffman Estates Municipal Code, decrease the number of Class A licenses, faux chopsticks to West Golf Center. C, request board approval of an ordinance proposing the designation of a redevelopment project area and proposing the approval of a redevelopment plan and project for the Lakewood Center redevelopment project area, convening a joint review board and calling a public hearing in connection therewith. D, request board approval of request by MI Homes to waive a condition of approval to allow a building permit to be issued for a lot adjacent to the model home in Bergman Point subdivision. E, request board authorization to award a contract for the Stonegate Pond Restoration Project to Copenhagen Construction, Inc., of Gilbert, Illinois, in an amount not to exceed $489,100.
So, Mayor, this motion then would be to do an omnibus vote. And then we have to do the other motion.
Yes.
We got to approve this one first. Approve an omnibus.
The motion on the omnibus vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, can I have a main motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion a second. Any discussion on any of these items? Anybody want anything pulled? Trustee Stanton?
Faux chopsticks, they just don't want to sell liquor anymore?
No, they are closing, and a new owner, it's going to change names. It's going to be Noodle Deli. And the new people,
Noodle Deli?
yeah. The new people at this point don't want a liquor license.
Okay. What are they going to be selling besides noodles?
I have not seen a menu. I have not seen a menu, and there's unfortunately a huge language barrier where I thought it was no daddy, and I'm like, what? And then I realized, no, Noodle Deli.
Hey, where am I
So,
going to get my egg rolls now?
I don't know. You might have to make them your own. Get a air fryer, they're phenomenal.
I mean, I was just there a week ago. No one said they were closing. This is
They
sad
should be
news.
closed already. November 1st, they were closing.
Wow,
Wow.
it didn't
was
last
quick.
long.
No,
Didn't go there often.
Bring back
enough,
whole
obviously.
luck.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Okay, there is a motion and a second. Can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Gata.
Aye.
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Newell.
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye, motion carried. Chair to accept a motion to adjourn to executive session for what items?
I'm making a motion to adjourn into executive session for the purpose of land acquisition, 5 ILCS 120/2C5, and litigation, 5 ILCS 120/2C11.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion on this? Seeing no discussion, can you pull the board, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Gata.
Aye.
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Newell.
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye, motion carried. We are adjourning to executive session, and we will not be back this evening.